and gentlemen, our source on the island just made a critical discovery. The Constant has a poison chip embedded in his neck. A failsafe, in case he's compromised.
Damn it. We should have expected something like this. So, we subdue the Constant before he has time to react.
Not that simple. The device is remote triggered, and during his stay on the island, 2 kill switches have been entrusted to twin sisters Zoe and Sophia Washington, 2 young, ambitious Providence operatives and newly appointed chairwomen of the Ark Society. Apparently, even the Constant is unaware of this arrangement.
Right, change of plans. We divide and conquer. 47 takes out the Washingtons, while I figure out a way to get the Constant off the island. It'll be tight, but once we're back at the ship, we should be able to surgically remove the chip before the partners have time to react. 47?
Tell me about the targets.
I know them from the archive. Zoe and Sophia's father is president of a powerful conservative think tank, one of Providence's prime assets. The apples don't fall far from the tree.
No saints either. According to ICA files, the twins are pampered socialites who get their kicks from treasure hunting. Commanding a band of trigger-happy mercenaries, Zoe and Sophia prowl the world in search for ancient relics. With little regard for local culture or even human life, they stop at nothing to claim their prize. Well, collateral damage they may be, but safe to say, they have it coming.
Hello and welcome to the RRWC Rivals World Championships 2022. Today we have Group D game between Ashton and That Observer. We're going to Seagal first, picked by Ashton, followed by New York, picked by That Observer. Looking at the quick stats here, Ashton has more experience on Seagal, has come here 3 times, only won twice, losing on 3 occasions, has tied once, especially with these 30-minute timers. Seagal versus on the spins can definitely bend back that you can tie. Observer hasn't tied, but it's only won once, but it's only lost twice, only coming here 3 times. It's a little less experience here, but you know, Observer hasn't put in practice. He did a summer practice stream before this, playing a bit of Seagal and Santa Fortuna, so you never know what we could expect on our first map here. The map record of 338 by in fun. Beatable, I think, with the new strats that come through, like with the chapel isolation, the chapel start, the flows to the radio, you know, the little the emetic gas grenade being put to full use, all the little things that have been found out about Seagal really in RR9. It just made it such a good map, and I hope to see something put to good use today on our first map here, which will be Seagal, picked by Ashton, and our spin will be Zoe Washington. Injected poison, Master of Ceremonies. Sophia Washington, electrocution as the custodian. Now I would heavily think this to be a chapel start. I would heavily see this as a chapel start with a quick kill onto Zoe. Now it'd be interesting if you would opt for the radio, perhaps go for the radio just purely for the fact that you could get a seeker off onto Sophia. Now this can be a record spin for sure. That quick kill onto Zoe. You have a custodian in that room. You can get out there, Sophia. You can have her killed by, I want to say 2 minutes 40. Definitely a spin here with the record being 3:43. Perhaps, you know, 3-minute strat. We never know. Observer has a nice load out there. Would be my optimal one, and he does load in at the same time as Ashton does. Quick plans to the pair of them here. We'll have around 3 minutes in-game time to move through. Both immediately unpack their sniper and shoot the fire pit. The mining pit even set on fire. Be interesting to see the clear outs from both. Ashton has a shot onto the back here. Observer doing the exact same. Pretty standard stuff here for the chapel clear out. Observer with a bit of wish, but does make his way through. He deserves it for that horrible skin. Can I add? Sandman suit. What's that? Ashton with a distraction onto the MOC. Only the MOC. Observer doing the more standard clear out here. Knock out onto the garden here. Pick up the propane. Knock out the MOC of that, and a simple box on after that should have this disguise. This can be a fast spin indeed. Will we see a coin placement here from Observer? No, he won't. We'll drop a sniper rifle here. Dragging the guard. Both players will have Zoe did it roughly around the same time, I would imagine, with that shot off directly. Observer will get it first now. No, he won't. Ashton still slightly better in game time. It's still good here. Nah, Lodger. No, you're wrong, mate. You're wrong. I'm sorry to say that, but you're wrong. Observer now. Oh, unfortunately leaves a gun out. Not would have been intentional there, but House might work a little bit in his favour. We'll have to bump Zoe a little bit. We'll get the poke off. Now he has no items to carry with. He might just have to confirm it and go to Sophia right away. No, we'll subdue the guard here. Also, we'll subdue the custodian. Has a fire extinguisher, but no, we'll opt to subdue anyways. This could help him a little bit. Of course, the custodian disguise, he can run straight across the helipad, but he's going to have to hope for a slow Sophia here if he wants to try and get the clock in time. He has to try and get that clock off here. And with a slow Sophia, can definitely. Not sure about a quick one, definitely will not. That's the issue. Ashton does have that kill onto Zoe. Does have a emetic gas device, which I think he'll just use instead. Observer, yeah, he has a quick Zoe, so he will. Sophia even will miss her. We'll have to try and do something here. Now it will be interesting. Look, what Observer's going to try and do. He'll have to try and force some sort of siege shot off. Won't be the end of the world. It is definitely possible, of course. Has a taser here as well. It's definitely going to be interesting. Yeah, he has missed it indeed, and we'll have to try something, of course. We'll be trespassing up here, so you have to watch out a little bit. Ashton will knock out onto a custodian here. We'll stop into it. Nice little grab there. Sophia will be approaching soon, so could use this gas device or even just a seeker. Both players now approaching. Sophia now, I would have to favour Ashton here. He will throw a gas device, which he will use on Sophia. We'll have a enforcer here. He will move slightly, but you know, nicely for him, will move just out the way. Perfect stuff. That's what he would have wanted. Observer now could get a seeker shot off from all the way down here. And that's what he will try and do. No wish will aim down the corridor, and we will land it. Observer, a nice bit of improv there, I would assume, to get that seeker shot off onto Sophia. Now, what bathroom will she go to? I'm assuming she'll go to the one downstairs here. Of course, she isn't like Zoe in terms of her guard. He can just knock out Sophia, turn the tap on, get the kill, then leave. You know, no issues in that whatsoever. And he will turn the tap while he waits for Sophia to come down. Pretty good stuff from Observer. Of course, we'll have the helicopter exit. Will drop a coin here as well for the guard. Pretty good stuff indeed. Has Sophia approaching now. Observer, real good stuff indeed. Ashton also has Sophia sick, but Observer so close. And did Ashton forget the taser? Possibly indeed. And I can't see any stash on his map, so I'm not sure quite why he's getting this radar. Giving Observer a big way back into it here. He will get knockout onto Sophia. Slight drag into the puddle here will ensure that Observer will be getting this first kill down. Second kill down. Nice man of the helicopter exit right there. Of course, the constant is not panicked. He can just run straight out here. Observer with the exit. We'll be taking our first map here of Seagal. Ashton's map pick. Good stuff there from Observer. Ashton, I think he's looking for the car battery. I think that's what he's looking for. He'll have to use a loud SMG as well to do this with. It would have been great to see. Yeah, he doesn't have a taser. T-Not was right, and he would have to use a car battery. And if Forza here anyways, would have ripped. Observer taking our first map. As a girl, we go to a short breather before having our second map here. New York, which will probably be shorter than the break itself.
The constant says to follow the money.
Milton Fitzpatrick, the investment bank. It's a key Providence asset.
Which you work for.
The director of the New York branch is a Providence operative. It's our best bet as a way in.
I'll tell the pilot to turn the plane around.
Right, gentlemen. Here's what we've come up with. The partners are transitioning between identities, but everything is so recent, the Milton Fitzpatrick bank records will still be intact. We've confirmed that the partners have active accounts there. However, the bank's records are remotely updated on a frequent basis. We may only have hours before any leads that could get us the new identities of the partners are gone forever. The data we need can be obtained in two ways. The bank's data core can be accessed through the basement vault, but getting inside the vault could be challenging. Alternatively, Bank Director Athena Savalas, Head of Security Mateo Perez, and Head of Accounts Fabian Mann each carry a partial backup drive with the data. We'll need all 3 drives to get the full data. Now, we cannot risk the partners discovering the data breach. Eliminating the bank's director, Athena Savalas, would sever the last remaining providence tied to the bank and keep our activities hidden.
Okay, one more time. We break into the vault, extract the hard drive rack, and eliminate the director on the way out.
We.
You. Good luck, 47.
So yeah, welcome back in New York. Will be our second map picked by Observer. We're going through the Infofun show here today, aren't we? Another record held by Infofun, Seagal in New York, of course. Unfortunately, doesn't have it on our map 3. Sucks to suck, doesn't it? But yeah, New York is going to be a quick one, of course. Dartmoor, unfortunately, is better. We just have to deal with that fact in these days that Dartmoor's better. But otherwise, here we are. I pissed off some people with that. I'm going to expect an angry comment from Infofun shortly. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting map here in New York. It's going to be a quick one, as I've already said. Observer there trying to do the loud shot. Won't work. But of course, it is just a plan. Trying new things out, of course. Little things got changed, of course, with the frisk point now broken. The so-called broken frisk point got fixed. We found the workarounds almost immediately. Classic IY in it, like. But yeah, it's just gonna be a quick one. I like to see the different approaches in terms of some disguises, which will make it interesting. I.e., bank teller. Bank teller potentially will make it interesting for sure. Like we see Ashton swap into one there. If you're starting it, if you don't, it's normally the longer spins, which are the bank teller ones. So definitely will be interesting what they do. But if that guy's telling you to sneeze. So yeah, definitely going to be an interesting still observer with the box down alert here. And the good thing with this is he can just load straight in, given the spin, and potentially challenge that map record from Infofun 215. It's pretty impressive. I can't lie, even on a short map like New York. Of course, the second shortest record in the game. You expect that on the one target. Map Observer's been here 5 times, winning all 5. So he is actually pretty good at New York, and he'll be open to extend that record and his lead here. And the spin will be Athena Savara. Phone knife as the bank robber. Wow. Wow, what a spin. Would you start bank robber considering the phone knife is by the bank robber disguise? No. Observer potentially swapping it out here. Not opting for it. Nice spin. Yeah, it is actually alright, isn't it? I think it has bamboozled Observer a little bit here. Not quite sure where to start. And it does make sense in that regard. It is a pretty weird one. Would have a pistol in his inventory with Snell and 1 trank. I'll assume we'll see an initial Snell off onto Matteo perhaps then. Or just a quick bank robber grab onto things like that. Of course, Matteo is an enforcer. Observer forgets about it. We'll start in the suit here. Of course, we'll have the privilege of bringing another trank if he does start there. He has the pistol, I'll assume, to shoot a fire extinguisher here, like we see from Ashton. He will just be able to get your way right into here. The door will get busted open. Body found, but they're all knocked out. It's all good. Can just grab the disguise. The folding knife right there. You just have to be quicker, Ashton. But he won't opt for it. He will just opt for the folding knife here. The bank robber's left in there. Not really what I wanted. Observers had the fire extinguisher. It's disappeared. It's disappeared. Why should we be allowed to have the fire extinguisher? Why should we? Observer. Fortunate early restart. Doesn't account for much though, because Ashton also replanning here. Observer dropping the fire extinguisher once more. pull out his pistol, shoot it. Pretty standard box standard stuff really, this on Observer. Opening up the door here, grabbing the bank robber disguise first. Of course it is not a disguise from a body, so he is allowed to pick up right away. Dodges past that enforcer. No, he doesn't. I spoke way too soon, and early restarts on both struggling with this bank robber grab. I don't think the fold knife is much of the issue here. It actually is just that bank robber rather than bat, and which Ashton was starting. Interesting, really is. I think when you go in there anyways for the fold knife, getting that anyways ain't that bad. Observer gets a bit of impact, but ain't the end of the world here. We'll swap to the bank robber. Pick up his fold knife. Could just run out immediately here, but we'll just hide in the corner while the guard passes. Of course, the bank robber pretty shitty. Has a bunch of enforcers. Rightfully so. It is a. I mean, it is a bank robber. It does look pretty suspicious. Let me see. There's almost nearly a hostile disguise, really, a trespassing disguise with all these enforcers. Even the man at the first point is enforcing, so observers have to find a different way round here. All these doors are going to be locked. Might have to go back for the crowbar that they have available to him here. But no. We'll just go back all the way to the main entrance here. A triple shot onto the frisk guard there to make his way past in that regard. Pretty good stuff from Observer. I mean, if he keeps going on this, he might be able to just get there to Fabian and Matteo even, when they're actually talking at this rate. Does manage to dodge past the first point here. Still enforcers of plenty around. We'll opt just to throw his briefcase here. No, pull out his pistol and do that onto the note. He'll just wait for the lady to come up the stairs here. A very anticlimactic New York this is. I really did jinx myself when I said that it'd be quicker than the briefing. Now Seagal's quicker than it. So Observer finally waits for that woman to pass. We'll come up the stairs here, going past the stock market. Again, pretty standard routing here from Observer. This is right. Cut. That's rightful action. Right, Observer does wait for Fabian here to come past. We'll trank him at first and not opt to pick up the key cards yet. Still has cameras on Observer, but he does have a pistol to take care of them with. Just have to be a bit careful in that regard. We'll just go around shooting the cameras. Not much issue with doing this. Sorry, coloured. It's not a big one. Ashton going into the vault. Hello. What's this? The vault. Wow, data core as well. This is a smart idea. I want to see it work. Observer's going to have to do a bit of impact here to try and get the key card, which he does. Gets spotted by the cameras in the meantime. Not the biggest of issues though on New York. We'll put out his other Taunton here. We'll turn on the Wi-Fi router. Turn it off even. I should have another pause here. Observers just have to wait a little bit for a Phoenix to come into her room. We'll shoot out the camera. In the meantime, we'll miss the first shot. Perhaps we'll risk a bullet impact. The guard might come into the room here, but he does, unfortunately. You know, a bullet impact there would not have been great for Observer, of course. A soft lockdown on Athena, not what he would have wanted, and going slightly worse from here from Observer. The high security guard now coming into the room, but he has calmed down. What way is he going to escape? The way that Observer wants him to. Good stuff. Now, Observer's going to have to be a bit careful here with that camera still being up. Did miss the first shot. Might have to do a trank. Then an immediate shot onto the camera so it doesn't pick up anything. He will trank the guard. All players pistol and we'll do an immediate shot. Good stuff there from Observer. Of course, all he has Fabian tranked and his discs down. We'll have to collect them in the latter stage. He will get a knockout onto the high security guard. Ashton, though, has a data core in his briefcase, so he only has to worry about knocking out Athena and killing Athena, but plenty of enforcers in here. You just have to wait, but the only way he's making that woman move is if he moves into the bathroom itself. Yeah, Ashton, in between a bit of a rock and a hard place now. Not quite sure where to go next, but Observer has that kill onto Athena in the high security disguise. One data disc down, we'll take out the cameras, pick up the exit key card here. Will now come out. Pretty standard stuff, of course. already has Fabian tranked, or already had Fabian tranked. He would have been woken up and roaming around. But his this will still be on the floor for Observer to collect. We'll just have to find Matteo here, wherever he is about at the 4-minute mark. Wherever he may be. In the security room. Observer will go on the side route here next to the stock market to avoid that investment banker enforcer. We'll go into the security room here now. No, he won't. He'll go to the stairs. Pull out his tranquilizer. We'll try and find an angle onto Matteo. Will not be able to find him from outside. Won't opt for a trank. Won't opt for that risk. Yes, he will, and he will get it off. Good stuff there from Observer. Has the key card from Athena already. Distracts this high security guard. Not in the greatest place here. Does squeeze his way out. Observer now going to the exit. Will be taking New York in quite a long fashion in the 8 minutes RTA. Expected with a folding knife bank robber spin. Possibly the longest you could get. And that is a GG's from Observer. Let's proud of that position. Good run there from Observer. Pro Observer switch. That's what we all say to Observer. Switch your shoulders, mate. But he never does. He never listens to us. Why should he? New York was. Look, we can't lie. It was enjoyable, wasn't it? It was good. The points eventually will be awarded to Observer. Ashton does the loud pistol as well. Bases anything, and will kill himself with the fire extinguisher. Fantastic stuff there, really. Sums up that New York for him, unfortunately, but Observer with the 4-2-0 lead. Going into our final map, Santa Fortuna. Unfortunately for Observer, it ain't the first tiebreaker of RRWC just yet. We'll have to wait a little bit longer for that. But he can have a chance of completing the sweep here in his final Group D game. We'll go to a short break before having Santa Fortuna on map 3.
Good morning, 47. Our Providence contact has shared the identity of the Shadow Client, a former mercenary and bodyguard by the name of Lucas Gray. His past is a black void, but our analysts are digging deep. Meanwhile, we've had a breakthrough of our own. Comparing the malicious attack patterns with global shipping and transportation routes, we've figured out how Mr. Gray and his paramilitaries move around the world undetected. They're using the distribution network of the Delgado cartel, Colombia's biggest drug manufacturer. Clearly, Gray must have struck a deal with the Delgados. Consequently, if we can cripple the cartel, we can severely limit the malicious strike range. But to do so, we need to slay a three-headed serpent. Sociopathic cartel head Rico Delgado and his two closest lieutenants, PR guru Andrea Martinez and savant chemist Jorge Franco. With equal parts guts and guile, Rico Delgado runs a thriving billion-dollar criminal empire. The word is, the brutal and volatile cartel head is hell-bent on becoming the #1 drug lord in the world. To achieve this, Martinez, a childhood friend of Delgado's, has been buttering up state leaders and decision-makers, paving the way for an expansion of the Delgado logistics network, while the brilliant but aloof and antisocial Franco has been hard at work developing a new type of super cocaine. So, three of Colombia's most infamous crime lords inhabiting a decidedly hostile environment. I will leave you to prepare.
So yeah, welcome back here. Santa Fortuna will be the final one of our 3 maps here. Look at this, pouring with fun. Had the Scout record, has the New York record. Doesn't have the Santa Fortuna record. Come on in, fun. Sort it out. You know what you have to do. It will be a pretty decent map. This, arguably the hardest roulette map. Made slightly easier by the Red Fox strat. It does suit a lot of spins. Sometimes not the most optimal, but sometimes it is the safest. It might not be the optimal, but you're planning for the Red Fox strat really. So you don't waste any time. You just look at the spin, and go, okay, I'm gonna Red Fox this no matter what. You see the spin, bam, you're right. And that's another benefit of the Red Fox strat. It covers a wide range of spins because you have the C card, predominantly always for Jorge. So you don't look at the Jorge. You look at the Rico kill judges what you do on Santa Fortuna 100% in my opinion. It judges if you do Red Fox, sub crew start, whatever. If you just have that Rico kill and you know what you need to do for that Rico kill, bam, that's what sums it up. Sometimes the Andrea kill as well, but Jorge, it's the same thing from every time. You know, Yeah, I don't know what Observer had in his practice, but here we are. I don't think it'll be the same. Anyways, our Santa spin will come through and it will be Rico Delgado. Explosion Accident as the suit. Jorge Flanco, Loud Sniper Rifle as a band member. Andrea Martinez, Loud Explosive Weapon as the street soldier. I wonder what this is, guys. I wonder what strat this is. Yeah, it is Red Hot Strat. Surprise, surprise. You would think. Hopefully, question mark. Yeah, like you see, suit, you start suiting it. You bring your sniper rifle. You bring your loud explosive weapon. You don't have to on Santa. Loud Jorge's fun. Yeah, I would assume we'll see Observer isolate Jorge in the toilets and just do the kill on exit. The Andrea kill you don't have to. You can set her up in a way that she'll ping over the edge, over a balcony into the piranhas. That'll be fun to see. But yeah, I'm assuming, especially with sniper rifle as well, would you see a kill on exit for Observer there? Knock Rico out in his, knock Jorge out in his toilet. Then it's just a simple shot from the bathroom, from the helicopter exit. Observer will do this very little strat here. Gets Rico on the hook nicely. We'll just crouch his way through. 47 must be a bit hot here in the Colombian weather with that Sandman disguise on. It's a horrid disguise, isn't it? It really is a horrid disguise. I just haven't unlocked it. His spin was Rico Explosion Accident. Oh, so he's already done an Explosion Accident kill. Pog. Yeah, that is a pretty good spin, isn't it? It's somewhat similar, you know, with the Jorge kill. It's just really the Andrea kill was slightly different. So it'll be interesting. Ashton's still planning here. Brings in a Sega Ghost and a Jaeger 7. Not the Jaeger 7 Lancer, but it does bring in a brings in 2 sniper rifles just in case he runs out of bullets. He can just pick up his other. Yeah, Observe just ditching all this stuff in here for the meantime. We'll have Rika coming out soon. This guy, it's a Sandman disguise, Ebla Muddy. It's a Sandman. Wow, Sparkles, you're so good at the game. Wow. Observer now has Rika out the mansion successfully. Just go a quick, simple knockout onto Rico, and the guards will let Rico run on a little bit longer, but he should be fine just to drag him back later. Observer be on his way to Andrea kill. I want to see an interesting approach to this Andrea kill. I really do. Ashton run yet another replan. Cost him a bit of time here. But all I hope, Observer, please send Andrea flying out the window. That's what we want. That's what the people want. So do it, Observer. You know he knows he wants to do it. He definitely wants to do it. For sure. He wants to do this. He 100% wants it. We'll enter the Andrea compound here. Get a knockout onto Power. And then one onto Andrea. No, another one. Wow, Power deserves 2 knockouts. Andrea just a soda can slapped across the face. Close combat, her door is opened. Paddle's right there. Observer's going to have a hard time trying to save this here. We'll try and do a shot, but it won't work. Observer with an indefinite restart here, I would assume. Maybe not. The guard opting not to actually come in where the thing is, but eventually he doesn't. It is a restart there from Observer. Quick replan, loading straight back in here. Ashton going with the isolation onto Andrea first. I hope from Ashton we see him launch Andrea's into the fishies, and he might be doing that. Come on. We'll drop the remote explosive. Close to her head. I don't know if that will send her flying far enough or not. But I want to see it nevertheless. I want to see it. I mean, especially with this disguise as well, being the street soldier, you could even just do the kill and leave. Like, do the kill, dump her off the edge manually and do that. Ashton now finally gets a distraction onto the street soldier. Won't be able to retrieve his briefcase. It's all fine. Observer coming once more into the Rika compound. Gets a peekaboo. Observer Ashton even with a subdue there onto the street soldier. We'll box him. We'll swap into his clothes. Go for it. Come on, Ashton, you know you want to do it. Send her flying. Send her into the piranhas. Give her to the piranhas. We'll do so. Bam, and there she goes. In with the fishies. We'll swap back into a suit here. Guards coming around, but you can just jump over the wall in no due course there. Now, this is going to be interesting. What he does. Bad membrane suit for Rico and Jorge respectively. Could potentially be a bit of back and forth with the disguises. Really, it could be. Perhaps could start the Hippo lure. Leave his suit there, come back as the Hippo Whisperer or the Mansion Guard, and then go get the band member and go back and get there when Rico comes back. Just some suggestions here. Observer with a knockout onto Rico, and the Mansion Guards there will get another knockout, hoping for a successful Andrea isolation this time. Observer does throw his briefcase here for the woman to come round. Will crowbar open the door. One of two grabs the band member. We'll just knock her out as a whole boxer. We don't usually see that woman knocked out, but it's all fine. It's all good. Perhaps there's another crowbar who needs her key. That's what he does do. We'll swap into the band member here. So it seems to be him. He'll be opting for the Jorge kill next. It seems. Observer. We'll knock out onto Paula. We'll turn around Andrea as well, so she doesn't get locked down. And Observer now dumping Paula out the window. We'll box her here. Could potentially launch Andrea out the window. I'm all for it. But Ashton now we'll have a long run back to his suit after killing Jorge, which is very easy going. Going across the steel bridge here. Observer going upstairs now into the Andrea compound. We'll be shooting the camera box very shortly. He picks up the soda can on the table. Shoots the camera box. Eventually, well, Observer uses left shoulder peek. What? Misses his first shot, gets his second one. Wouldn't be anything but a bullet impact. Is all good there indeed. We'll now use a soda can for distraction into the bush here for the street soldier. Good stuff here from Observer. Has his micro explosive still in hand to do this remote, not the remote KO, the remote KO. Wow, I wish we had remote KOs on guards when you're right next to them. Wow, Joker. Think before you speak, bro. We'll knock him out. We'll box him. So no boxers left for Observer. Please go for it. I beg you, blow her out the window. How's the street soldier disguise now? Will be interesting if he does opt for just getting the kill first and then trying to dump her. Will be interesting. I beg he gets her outside. Don't get her out the window, please. He will get. Okay, so he's going to set up the kill here. We'll do a scenic shot onto the guard. Will be a bullet impact from somewhere. The guard will hear the gunshot, not the gun. Will hear the gunshot, not the gun. The bullet, not the bullet on the wall. He is the actual gun, so an extra way to hide here for Observer, but you have your shrubbery outside, should be fine just to leave him in that corner area. Taking him a bit of time on this kill. We saw Ashton start the suit and not go for Red Fox. Did help him out a little bit there. Just time in the bathroom. True. Observer. Should have this kill onto Andrea, which he does. Don't blow yourself up, Observer, please. Thank you very much. We'll plant it by her feet. We'll get the kill. Oh, look at that. No worry about needing to dump them guards and hide power on that when you can just send her out the window. Observer does get that kill now. I should have a very quick Rico kill as well here. Could perhaps swap into the band member as well, just to buff his disguises across. Holding one indeed. Wow. It's great to see both players sending Andrea out the window. Fantastic. Observer turn on the fuse box here. Ashton's made his way into the cocoa fields. We'll turn off the air conditioning here to get the helicopter pilot outside. So we'll be doing the kill in the hut or the peekaboo even to do the kill outside. Either or, you have your box, but the eyes around. Elegant solution 47, indeed, true that. Observer swaps into the Batman disguise here. Now, where's the nearest propane? That's the question in everyone's mind. I don't know. There's probably one in the construction thing on the roofs here. Who knows where propane is, but that should be a quick kill from Observer, and then potentially could catch up onto Ashton here. It'd be a really tight call between the pair of them. Yeah, there's a propane just behind this corner here, behind the shop, by the garage. That is so true, Tino. That is so true. But Observer does have the propane. Where's he going? Going to his stash here. I still need to learn what that stash is called. Yeah, Elegant Solution 47 is from Dumping Soda's Heart. That's what it is from. Now, will Observer drag Jorge here? Rico here, even. No, he won't. He will just drag the bodies in here. Good stuff. Oh, Ashton here. Not what he would have wanted. Rico's guard investigating with him on the peekaboo. Yeah, and that's not what he would have wanted at all. We saw Roulette League with I Like. Oh, that was amazing, wasn't it? If we all remember that. Rico will go back into his hut here. Does he have a thing? No, he don't. Okay, this is gonna be. He pulls out his sniper rifle. Is the door still open? If so, that could be amazing. No, it isn't. So I might have to try and snipe him through the window here. Can he catch a glimpse of his arm? He can't. It will be a target lockdown. He's trying to spam shots here to land one onto him. Does eventually hit one, but immediate red guns there. Perhaps boys through the window would be my guess. Observer with Rico found, but it's all fine. Is an accident kill. Will play his loud sniper rifle now as the band member, making his way over to the fields. Got to have nice little ways around around these guards. Of course, trespassing with a massive sniper rifle on his back. So yeah, Observer now has a seeker as well for Jorge, so we'll have this kill in a very safe manner. Whether or not he does it live, with Jorge being sick, doesn't matter if he knocks him out or not. Sparkles, Sparkles, it is dumping the heart. Does give you the Elegant Solution 47. I'm pretty sure it's dumping it at least. Because it then goes with So's on the operating table with no chance of getting a right-sided donor heart to him on time. You've practically killed him without laying a hand on him. That's the voice line, so it is dumping his heart in the trash can. Anyways, back to Santa Fortuna. Observer has Jorge on the other side of the fields. Not what he would have wanted. He wants him to come to the good bathroom here, but has a massive deal on Ashton. He can do this. Andreas sees him trespassing, has his green guns, but will be an immediate restart. Joker, yeah, I do. Only from the gun map. So if you ask me on Mendoza, no, well, you don't want that. But Observer will have Rico. God, I'm getting them mixed up. It's like this Maya and Penelope situation all over again. Has Rico, and no, has Jorge in a good position where he could secret. But he won't. He will wait for him to come around even further here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, what's what you say, coloured? I should probably put that in my chat rules. No Dartmoor slander. Immediate timeout. Yeah, Observer now throwing a apricot to make Jorge stand still. But he doesn't stand still. Man goes rogue. We have that. We accept Jorge for that. Observer's going to have to try and climb over something here, but he can't just yet. Has another apricot, so it ain't the end of the world here. One Colorado at the moment. God, all these apricots. Does eventually make Jorge stand still. We'll get a seeker off onto him. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Bit scared for a second, but it's all fine. Yushi, we all good. We all good. Observer will climb over the tarp now. No, he won't. Yes, he will. We'll get a knockout onto this Coterfield worker here. No, he won't. Observer's just tricking me here. Fantastic. Is he going to knock out Jorge or not? It would make it easy. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It would be quicker not to knock him out, but I think 10 minutes in you want a bit of safety. Knocking Jorge out is always a safer option, and that's what he will do. Of course, his guards will immediately walk away. They're fantastic people. Really are. Will Observer do this kill from the exit now? It's really interesting if he will or not. Because he can, and he was doing it beforehand. But I think because the fact that he's in a trespassing disguise, he's in fact just a bit worried of it. He will do the kill close for my liking there, not even in line with the hut next to it. You want to go back as far as you can, really, which you can do. Observer's just playing around it. He's not really confident, I would think, on what he wants to do. I like to go into the helicopter and shoot him from there would be the safer option. He will aim in. We'll shoot. We will commit to it in the middle of the field. The co-field worker there will be panicked. He can just run out. Lots of whoosh from the co-field guard there. But he can just crouch. Observer does get to the helicopter finish. Helicopter exit, and we'll finish in there. No, he won't. Yes, he will. He will press finish. Of course, he will. That is a GG's indeed from Observer. Treated that Colorado perfectly. Played it sensibly and did get the result in the end. Ashton did have that lead, of course, but a slight panic from himself on that Jorge kill. Tried to rush it and unfortunately didn't work out for him. Gifting Observer a win. Gifting him the lead even, and Observer took that to his full advantage, taking all 6 points from this oh so important Group D game for Observer and his hopes. Just getting that top spot. Ashton with a mission story as well. Fantastic. Colorado, of course. Have I just said Colorado? Fantastic. Of course I have. And the both streams pausing. Reese gave me there. I was like, OBS, no you haven't. But the but the fact that the overlay was still counting down filled me with confidence. I was conflicted there, but the results will come through. Will be 6-0 to Observer. Mr. Mike, please send that to a tournament challenge. Press that orange button so we can look at Group D, what that does overall to our groups here. Observer, of course, already qualified, was the first in the entire tournament to do so. Is on 34 points after his 4 games. Punk, 12 points behind with 2 games left. Now, if someone tell me the difference here. Did GK Punk beat Observer? What was the result from then too? Because of course that will factor into this. If Punk does sweep his final 2 games, he will go on top of Observer if he has the better head-to-head. So them two really are front runners for that top spot. T-Naught, T-Nega, Ducker, Ashton. Look at that. All roughly on 6 games played, except from Ducker, who's on 5 games played. Has 3 points between the pair of all 4 of them. Pineur on 4 points after 2 matches. So still has 5 matches left. His 1 win did come against Ducker. So, you know, who knows? He could also be another runner in Plant Speaker on 3 points after 4 games. So look, anyone from 7th to 3rd could qualify. Pineur doesn't look like he can. You know, a couple of sweeps in his favour, and you never know, he's back into it here to a point of Ducker, and that's no mean feat. That is pretty good stuff there, and we will look at our kind of matches. I'm sure there's another game going on at the moment, and there is. Gordini Roy, I think, is casting Miklos versus a story. Pineur versus GK. Can Pineur increase his chances and destroy Punk's hopes of getting that top spot, or will Punk sweep Pineur, boosting his chances of getting top there? That's New York and Sapiens are at 21-15. The games tomorrow. Rocky vs Rune at 15 CET, Pineur vs Ashton at 18 CET, a game at 19 CET. Look, we're going to the hours here. One after another. It's fantastic Dubai and Paris between Infun and Frivolous. Wow, Dubai pick is mega based by Infun. I rate that. Falcon Swastik on Haven and Mendo. I know what game I'm not casting tomorrow. I'm not available from 20 CET tomorrow, unfortunately. And then Friv vs Blunts at 21 CST. We will now go back to the island. Thank you everyone for coming out today. Mr. Mike, thank you for admin. Always a good job. We'll go back to the island. Raid Gordini Roy. Behave. He's pretty drunk. I will go back to the island. See you soon for more Red Rivals World Championships. Bye bye. Bye.